Hi, I'm Cheryl Golden and welcome to Bread and Circuses. This is your NSP core course that celebrates the creative spirit. Bread and Circuses, this class aims to look at the connection between the city, a very important institution in the history of civilization, and the arts, entertainment, and the various venues, the various places that cities carve out to celebrate their community, to meet the needs of their citizen body, right? So we're looking at the connection in Bread and Circuses between the city and arts and entertainment. I'm a professor of history, so I will typically rely upon history as my main discipline, but as you know, this course is interdisciplinary, so we'll be using economics, we'll be using politics, literature, art, religion, ethics, to look at a variety of ideas, a variety of responses to the role that the city ought to play, that the city has played, and in its connection, in its role with regard to the arts and entertainment. So why this topic? When I was first challenged to develop a core course on the creative spirit, I immediately went to things like the city and the Greek theater, the Roman city and the Colosseum, the role of London in helping Shakespeare to develop his theater, his craft. There are lots of other elements. Again, those just take me from antiquity to the Middle Ages and into Shakespeare, the Renaissance. But to me, the city as a major element in the history of civilization is the great place to start for this kind of topic. Not only that, in history, in current days, it is still one of the major organizing institutions that we have in our society. Some of you have had me in class before. You know that I really work hard. I try to show how things that happened years ago have resonance for today, have relevance for today. And to me, if you're looking at something that connects to the creative spirit, but also is interdisciplinary and relates to something that's relevant to today, the history of the city is very important and fills that bill. The history of how the city responds to our community events, our arts, our entertainment, our venues for celebrating who we are, that really connects for me, and I hope in this class will resonate for you as well. So this is an NSP core course. That means that it is upper division, it is interdisciplinary, and for you all, it's also online and in the summer. Terrific. You've hit the jackpot on a course, yeah? So this is going to be challenging this summer. No doubt about that, but I also hope it'll be fun because for my money, this course is also a very active course. I expect you to get out and about. In fact, that's one of the assignments for the class. We're going to really engage with our communities. Now, you may be in Wichita, that's great. You might be in Arizona, you might be in England, you might be traveling this summer and going to a variety of venues, fantastic. I hope that you will take this course along with you and that you'll be able to find examples wherever you are that help you to support the analysis you're doing in this class, the readings you're doing in this class, and the final project for this class, which will be, I hope, creative for you. So, upper division, interdisciplinary. I just wanted to say a couple of things about that. Upper division. This course assumes that you have completed your skills courses, right? So you've had some courses in communication, IT. You've had some courses in English, right? Math. So that the idea is that when it comes to basic skills in reading, writing, manipulating internet information, other kinds of technical knowledge and skills that might be useful in an online course, that you're set to go, right? It also assumes that you've done a little writing, that you've done a little logical mathematical reasoning. Yeah? So hopefully all that will come to play because we will be looking at some economic issues and we'll also be asking you to communicate verbally in this class, primarily in writing, but there may be other ways to do that as well. This course, also being upper division, builds upon your general education curriculum as well. You may not have finished all your gen eds, and that's fine. But the hope is that you can use some of the content that you addressed in, say, a history class, sociology class, psychology, economics, your intro to business class, some of your healthcare classes, biology, whatever it may be, that we can bring to bear some of the knowledge you already have in a course that is upper division, that asks you to build upon that knowledge and build upon those skills, use that knowledge. As we already said, this course is interdisciplinary. We live in a complicated world where even the questions we ask are sometimes very complicated and are inspired by different ideas. You're going to study a major. You will study and become an expert in history, in biology, in accounting, in education, and that'll be fantastic. You will be our go-to expert in that regard. But you know, as you move into your junior and senior classes, that things are not always answered by one method. Questions are not always answered by one method. Problems are not always solved by just using accounting procedure, by just using the scientific method, right? Those certainly help, and they're important, but you might have to consider other things, whether it's patriotism, artistic and ethical concerns, right? So aesthetic issues. Who knows what you might come across in your problem solving in the future. And the idea of an interdisciplinary approach to problem solving, an interdisciplinary approach to research, for my money, gets us really closer and closer to the real world applications of your undergraduate knowledge. Let me say that again. An interdisciplinary approach gets us closer and closer to the successful real-world application of your college studies. That's the hope. It was John Henry Cardinal Newman who said that, for whom we're named, who said that a university ought to show the benefits, to help develop the skills of the liberal arts for young people, for old people, for whoever is pursuing a college education, yeah? But it also ought not to neglect the practical arts, accounting, engineering, IT, nursing, education, the practical application of the arts, right? The healing arts, whatever arts they may be that are we would consider practical, right? The hands-on, the everyday in the trenches arts. So that an educated person coming out of the university ought to be able to see both the theory and the practice, both the liberal arts and the practical arts. So again, this Newman Studies program, in this particular course, the creative spirit component, attempting to get at some real problem-solving skills, real problem-addressing analysis, and coming at these problems from a variety of perspectives to try to create, for our society, for our city, the best possible answers. So, welcome. Come along to this online, summertime, interdisciplinary, upper division course that aims to investigate the role of the city and the arts and entertainment throughout history into the present day. Come along. I hope you'll have fun. I hope you'll enjoy it. Please go to the next video, go to the next element in your content folder, and let's get going.